The worst client story is when my nigga, this nigga was late for the video, and he's usually late, but this time he wasn't texting me back late. So I'm like, all right, he hollers at whatever, like he doing his thing. He calls me, he's like, yeah, bro, I just gotta shoot out. I just hollered a couple niggas. I'm like, all right, like what the fuck? Like, he was like, yeah, I'm on the way though. We about to get this video. I'm about to shoot a new song, all that shit. I'm like, all right, bro, like, are these niggas following you? Like, he's like, nah, bro, down. I was like, okay, like, let's do this video. That was probably the worst client experience. The video was awful.
When I first was getting started, there's a famous Charlotte braider who's very popular. She charges a lot of money. She's doing her thing. Like, I fucked with, you know, her vision. And so I actually, you know, created her logo, and, you know, just for free, just was to support another black, like, creative out here doing her thing. She ended up booking me for a shoot. I pulled like 3 to 4 outfits. And so our shoot was like, we booked it for like 5 o'clock. I'm calling her because she's about 30 minutes late. And I'm like, yo, where you at? Where you at? She's like, oh, I'm coming. I'm just finishing up my hair. I said, okay, cool. Like, you know, it's supposed to be at 5. So I'm on Instagram and I see she's on live.
I always hate to bring this one up because I have mixed feelings about it, but this woman asked for Oprah. And I personally do not support Oprah. And she was also not a woman of color. So it's kind of like in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, why do you want this, number 1? Why do you resonate with this, number 2? I don't even resonate with Oprah. Like, what is your real purpose in getting this? And it just caused like a lot of dialogue within my mind while I'm making it, because 1, I don't want to make it. 2, I'm questioning why you want this. And 3, I don't want to make it.
She's on Instagram, like, joking around, like, playing with different wigs, trying to see what wig she wants to wear. I'm like, yo, throw something on your head and, like, hey, get here.
I had a client that wanted me to do something for their wedding, so I made like a skirt. This is before I actually had like a setup to how people pay me. But when it came down to the day, I didn't get paid. They didn't come get anything. Didn't hear from them ever again.
You could have gotten anything in the world. Like, I could have made anything, and you chose that. I'm disappointed in you.
2 hours late.
2 hours later.
This was early Chris. This wasn't Sancho. Sancho would be like, okay, if you an hour late, you know, I'm like, yikes. Like, I mean, especially if you paid money, like you at least lost your deposit. Like, you're gonna have to rebook. For the whole time, even when she was on the car, she was on live the whole time. So I'm like legit like watching her be late.
My worst client experience has actually been a manufacturer. I won't name them, but I reached out to them for a project. Paid them the money that they asked for up front, half of it deposit. Went through the whole design process with them. The project had a set due date. Once I got close to that due date, I reached out to them to see if we were still on schedule, if we were still on pace, we were gonna hit that mark. Didn't hear back from him. 2 months later, he finally responded, saying, hey, we're finishing up the last details now. We should have everything out. Another 2 weeks passed by, still haven't received anything, no tracking number, no confirmation, no nothing. And then finally I got the stuff back. Literally the sleeves was falling apart.
She finally gets there, wig is shifted. She's then asking, because she's such an influencer, she has a mad following, so what do I get free? Well, like, can I take some of these pieces home? Can I take this dress home? Like, yo, first of all, like, you booked me for this. Like, if you want to buy this off of me, you can have it. It's just an entitlement. Like, that's the last thing, like, you know, I want to deal with is somebody who thinks they're above anybody and thinks that they can just get away with anything. And I'm, you know, if you're late, you're late. You know, let's get the work done. But, like, you know, be gracious. Don't come in here like crazy, and definitely don't be asking for free stuff. Like, come on.
Biggest thing I learned from that is vetting out my manufacturers before actually jumping into business with them. Because like I said, I lost money there. So if I had did my research before, because I actually, after going through that experience, I actually reached out to somebody else who had a similar experience with that same manufacturer. So had I vetted them before I went with them, instead of just jumping head first into it, I could have probably avoided that.
As far as like, they use product promoters, like, a lot of stuff happen all the time. Like, I can't really narrow it down to like one venue, But like with music, party promoters, you know what I'm saying, experiences, like it's always a lot going on. And I feel like that's just part of the road is like being an upcoming artist. Like you gotta work your way up to where, you know what I'm saying, everything is ready for you, this and that goes smoothly. And even when you at a higher point as an artist, they still running the issues. I done been there to venues I pull up, name not on the list, we ain't got your music. You feel me? Like that's just how it go. Some people gonna choose one road. I ain't trying to do it no more. Other people gonna keep going, get on their grind. So just told them keep grinding, keep doing what I'm doing, worry about what I can worry about, just keep pushing.